'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, except for a mouse? Yes, we all know the Christmas tradition of leaving milk and cookies out for Santa on Christmas Eve. We also are aware of the classic Christmas carol, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. It was this combination of Christmas traditions that inspired David Simpich when he was tasked to create one of the last Simpich Santas in 2005, the Even a Mouse Santa. This is one of my personal favorites, possibly because my father was the designer on this piece, but also just the whimsical nature of the story unfolding. I feel like as you look at the piece more, it kind of fills in the blanks and you can see Santa in the living room with a Christmas tree behind him, being surprised to find his cookies being stolen by a little mouse. And I love the little smile on Santa's face. I don't think he's going to hold this mouse responsible for the crime that he is committing. And the mouse's face is just wonderful as well. The shock and awe at being caught by Santa himself, I think, would give us all pause, even if we were enjoying some wonderful Christmas Eve cookies. So this is an absolutely iconic piece, partially because it blends a few different Christmas traditions together and just the exceptional craftsmanship of David Simpich on this piece. Now, this one is one of the very few offerings in the very first Simpich auction. This one, along with just a handful of other pieces in my inventory right now, have been given this exceptional grade of heirloom condition. For those of you out there that aren't familiar with how I grade Simpich character dolls, one of the top grades is pristine. And the idea behind a pristine piece is it should be in the condition you would expect to walk out of the Simpich character doll shop with when the piece was originally created. Heirloom condition means that there is something about the piece that sets it apart. But it's important to me to go over all of the different little details about these pieces that kind of help set them apart to that pristine level, and then stick around to find out what makes this piece a true heirloom that you could add to your collection for your family for decades to come. So one of the things that with every Santa we have to look at, starting from the bottom, is the stand. So the stands, especially with the Santas, because they're so large, very often have some sort of chipping or scratches in the finish of the stand. But as you can see, this stand is in incredible shape. The next thing you have to check, because he has sculpted and designed feet, is, are they secure to the stand? Do they wiggle at all? Which can be a huge risk to the piece, as many people like picking the piece up from the stand to avoid damaging the piece. If his feet are loose, he could come off of it. So as you can see, his feet are secure to his stand. The next thing that I always want to look at is the outfit. As you can see, he has lots of white fluff, lots of opportunity for little stains or little issues with potentially decorations rubbing onto the piece. But as you can see, his white fluff is in amazing condition all the way around, as is the condition of his red coat. Something that I often see with Santas, since they are very commonly displayed for a significant amount of the holiday season, is some sun fading. Now, the most obvious way that you'll see that is that one side of the piece will be a different color red than another, which is a definite sign of solar fading. So it being displayed potentially in a window. So this is a great kind of angle where you can see both sides of the piece, both his back and his front of his jacket here. It's in amazing shape. Definitely the exact tone it would have been walking out of the doll shop all those years ago. Now, the next thing we have to look at is the face of Santa himself. Nose damage is something that really proliferates the Simpich character dolls, especially as the years go on, more and more pieces are lost to tipping over and banging their noses on things. And as you can see, his nose and beard are in amazing shape. There's really no notes to go over in regards to his condition there. And some of that may be because even a mouse has an element that very few pieces can share. And that is our little friend, the mouse here, sitting on a plate full of cookies. The mouse himself is a constant issue for us with condition. The plate itself is very commonly the first thing to hit if the piece does get unfortunately dropped or tipped over. The mouse himself can fall off. There is a wonderful video that I will be linking here to one of the repair jobs done to a different Santa, not this one. But a different Even a Mouse Santa that did need the plate heavily worked on and redone. David Simpich did such an amazing job getting that all fixed up and into somebody's home, which is still being enjoyed to this day every Christmas. So that was really fun. But this piece here, as you can see, the plate is in amazing condition. The cookies and, of course, the mouse, tail included here, are all still intact and in amazing condition. So, what about this piece sets it apart? What makes it an heirloom piece versus a pristine piece? Well, that is because this Even a Mouse Santa has the artist's signature right there on the bottom. Number 661 of 1200. There you can see David Simpich's signature right there on the bottom of the stand. An iconic Even a Mouse with that signature on the bottom of the stand by the designer. This makes this one an absolute heirloom condition piece. So I hope that you'll join me on October 22nd for the first ever Simpich auction. Be sure to register before bidding ends at around 8:30, a soft ending at about 8:30 on October 22nd. And that's going to be 8:30 Mountain Standard Time. So definitely join me for that event on the 22nd. This piece will be there. In fact, there will even be a mouse there on the event day. So I hope you'll join us there, and this piece can become a part of your Simpich collection and Christmas traditions.